Imagine living above the clouds in a glass palace, where your morning coffee comes with views stretching from the Statue of Liberty to Central Park, and where private elevators open directly into marble halls larger than most suburban homes. Sounds like something from a billionaire's daydream, right? Well, in Manhattan's most exclusive penthouses, this is reality, not fantasy. These aren't ordinary apartments. They're sky palaces owned by hedge fund titans, tech moguls, global investors, and foreign royalty. While most New Yorkers squeeze into shoebox apartments, these owners sip champagne in glass observatories, swim in infinity pools above Times Square, and host soirees that rival royal banquets. But the real question is, what makes these penthouses worth hundreds of millions of dollars? Is it the sheer scale, the rare materials, the breathtaking views, or simply the status of owning one of the world's ultimate trophies? And how do New York's penthouse owners compare to billionaires buying similar properties in London, Dubai, or Hong Kong? But before we take a tour through sky mansions, crystal chandeliers, and quarter-billion-dollar price tags, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss this rare look into a world very few will ever experience. This isn't just real estate, it's a statement of power. And by the end, you'll be asking yourself, is this lifestyle inspiring or simply unimaginable excess? Billionaires Row, the Sky Kingdom. At the heart of New York's luxury scene lies Billionaires Row, a stretch of super tall towers along 57th Street that has become ground zero for the world's wealthiest. Here, the skyline is dominated by glass giants like 157, 432 Park Avenue, and Central Park Tower, the tallest residential building in the Western Hemisphere. These skyscrapers aren't just homes, they're fortresses of wealth where entry is limited to billionaires, celebrities, and royalty. Forget doormen. These towers have security systems rivaling embassies, valet garages for fleets of supercars, private gyms in the clouds, and spas where residents are treated like royalty. Living here isn't just about luxury, it's about exclusivity. Buying a penthouse on Billionaires Row isn't simply purchasing a home, it's buying your way into the most elite address on earth. And towering above them all is one penthouse that outshines the rest, the $250 million crown jewel of Central Park Tower. The Penthouse, a vertical palace. So, what does the world's most expensive penthouse look like? Try to picture this. Over 17,000 square feet spread across 3 levels at the very peak of Central Park Tower, nearly half a mile in the sky. The ceilings soar 2 stories high, with floor-to-ceiling glass walls wrapping around the apartment, offering panoramic views that sweep across all of Manhattan and beyond. The living room alone is larger than most entire apartments, featuring marble floors imported from Italy and chandeliers that could hang in palaces. There's a grand spiral staircase that curves upward like a piece of sculpture, connecting the multiple levels of this vertical mansion. And then there's the crown jewel, a glass observatory room perched at the very top of the tower, giving its owners the closest thing to dining in the clouds. This isn't a penthouse, it's a kingdom floating above the most famous city in the world, the $250 million price tag. Of course, with all this luxury comes an equally staggering price. The penthouse is listed at $250 million, making it the most expensive home ever put on the US market. To put that in perspective, $250 million could buy you a private island in the Caribbean, a dozen Gulfstream jets, or even multiple castles across Europe. But for billionaires, this penthouse represents something even greater: power and permanence in the heart of the financial capital of the world. A price tag of $250 million isn't simply a reflection of square footage or marble finishes, it's a statement of exclusivity. At this level, you're not just buying a home, you're buying entry into one of the most private clubs in the world. Every dollar speaks to craftsmanship, from hand-carved stone flown in from Italy to rare woods sourced from distant rainforests. But beyond materials, it's the engineering marvel, seismic-resistant design, advanced climate systems, and unparalleled security that pushes the price into the stratosphere. For billionaires, such numbers aren't deterrents, they're badges of honor. The higher the price, the rarer the property, and rarity is the ultimate currency of wealth. Investors know that penthouses of this caliber are recession-proof assets, capable of weathering economic storms. Ultimately, the $250 million price isn't about affordability, it's about signaling to the world that this property belongs to a league that almost no one else can touch. Owning this property isn't just about marble and glass, it's about prestige. It's about holding a piece of New York's skyline, a piece of history, and a status symbol no yacht or private jet can match. And for the world's wealthiest, money is never the obstacle. Scarcity is. There's only one penthouse like this, and its rarity drives the price higher than gold. Amenities, life above the clouds. What's life actually like in the world's priciest penthouse? Forget shared gyms or rooftop gardens. This building comes with a 50,000 square foot private club for residents only. That includes a sky-high pool with cabanas overlooking Central Park, a state-of-the-art fitness center, a private spa, a wine and cigar lounge, and even a ballroom for galas and private concerts. Inside the penthouse itself, residents enjoy everything from a private library and champagne cellars to entertainment rooms that can host Hollywood-style premieres. The terraces double as outdoor lounges in the clouds, perfect for cocktail parties with a view of the Empire State Building glittering in the night. For the world's wealthiest kids, living above the clouds isn't simply about luxury, it's about experiencing life from a perspective few can imagine. Inside, amenities rival five-star resorts, infinity pools perched on rooftops, personal gyms equipped with the latest technology, and libraries stocked with rare books. Some penthouses even include climate-controlled wine cellars, music studios, and digital art galleries that change with a tap. Even everyday life becomes extraordinary here. Morning yoga takes place above the clouds. Dinners are served against the backdrop of Manhattan sunsets, and late-night swims happen in an infinity pool perched 1,400 feet above the streets. This isn't living. This is redefining what living means. Who buys homes like this? So, who actually buys properties priced like small countries? The short answer: billionaires. Hedge fund managers, real estate moguls, oil tycoons, international royalty, and tech entrepreneurs make up the clientele. For some, the penthouse is a home. For others, it's an investment. And for many, it's a trophy. A symbol to prove they've conquered the most competitive city in the world. The buyers of these record-breaking penthouses are far from ordinary homeowners. They are the elite few who see real estate not just as shelter, but as a statement of power and permanence. Ultra-high net worth individuals, from Middle Eastern royals to Silicon Valley tech billionaires, often compete for these sky mansions. For some, the purchase is about status, owning the crown jewel of a city skyline. For others, it's an investment, as these properties rarely lose value and often appreciate faster than traditional assets. International business tycoons, celebrities, and global investors use these homes as both private sanctuaries and networking hubs, where business meetings flow seamlessly into lavish parties. Privacy also plays a major role. Living high above the clouds offers insulation from paparazzi, political pressures, or everyday chaos. In essence, these homes are bought not just with wealth, but with ambition, serving as symbols of legacy, influence, and unmatched prestige. Some buyers hardly live here at all, instead using it as a financial asset. Others jet in for only a few weeks each year, treating it like a seasonal getaway. For billionaires, practicality doesn't matter. What matters is presence, and this penthouse offers the ultimate presence in Manhattan: criticism and controversy. Of course, with this kind of luxury comes its share of controversy. Critics argue that these mega penthouses symbolize the ever-growing wealth gap in New York, where one person's home might cost $250 million while thousands of residents struggle with rent or homelessness. There's also debate about the impact of these super tall towers on Manhattan's skyline. Some claim they cast long shadows over Central Park and change the character of the city. Yet, for the ultra-wealthy, these criticisms hardly matter. The higher the controversy, the stronger the allure. Social commentators argue that flaunting this kind of excess on social media can create unrealistic aspirations and deepen social divides among younger generations. Still, the debate persists, making these young elites symbols of both admiration and resentment worldwide. In fact, scarcity and exclusivity often make these penthouses even more desirable. So, what does the most expensive penthouse in New York really represent? It's more than walls of glass and imported marble. It's more than panoramic views and Michelin-starred dining rooms. This penthouse is a crown jewel, a modern-day palace that symbolizes ambition, wealth, and ultimate status in the city that never sleeps. For some, it's architectural brilliance. For others, it's indulgence beyond reason. But one thing is clear: it captures the imagination of millions who will never step inside, yet dream about what life must be like in the clouds above Manhattan. This isn't just real estate. Tell me in the comments what you want to see next. Make sure to subscribe to Mr. Rich and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. This is New York's ultimate symbol of power and extravagance, inside New York's most expensive penthouse.